Here's how I like to draw a clipping path in Photoshop as quick as possible. Use the pen tool to draw the path by simply clicking on the edge of the object that you're going to be clipping. Don't worry about being accurate here. The idea is just to try and get a path drawn as quickly as possible. Once the path is in place, you can then zoom in and go back and fine-tune the path. But for now, we just want to try and get a path in as quickly as possible. The nice thing about that is if you're interrupted in the process, you can go back and finish it off very quickly. It's not like you have to zoom in and figure out exactly where you were. Now once we finish with the path, we can go back in, zoom in close, and begin editing with our pen tool. Now if you used the pen tool before, you're probably aware of some of the keyboard shortcuts that will change the way the pen behaves. For example, you can press and hold Control or press and hold Option or Command and change the way the paths or the pen tool is going to work. I suggest you kind of experiment to see exactly what they're going to do. When you have the pen tool selected, you can hover over the line and you'll see a small plus sign will appear. That means you can add a point. Then just drag the point into position. And you'll notice that the point, when it's added, has Bezier handles. That way you've got a curve already set and you can just drag it around till you get a nice smooth curve. If you want to remove a point, all you have to do is hover over the point. You'll see a minus sign, click, and it will go away. There are faster ways that you can draw a path. For example, you can use the magic wand, select what you either want to clip or what you don't want to click, in which case you would inverse, and then you can convert that selection to a path. However, that doesn't always work. It just depends on the subject that you're clipping and the background that it's surrounding you. As you're making your path, think about how the photo is going to be used. If it's going to be used in print, it's going to be high resolution, so you're going to want your path to be fairly accurate. You can also look at the shape of what you're clipping and decide, do you need to carefully adhere to the edge, or can some bits and pieces of it be clipped out, in which case you can actually work very quickly. If the image is going to be used on the web, you don't have to worry so much about being absolutely perfect, since we're talking about low resolution here. You don't want to spend hours getting a perfect path drawn on something that may only show up maybe 100 or so pixels in dimension at 72 dpi. Sometimes when I'm drawing these paths, I like to smooth out wrinkles and such by just simply clipping them off. You can keep the path straight where there are lots of lumps. Now see, that wasn't so bad. That was pretty easy. It was about 5 minutes to draw that path. And once you're done, all you have to do is save the path, give it a name, and then if you want, you can go back in and set it as a clipping path. And that's all there is to it.